Hey everyone, welcome back to another great game of Paleo Mythic. Say
Ta-ta,
hello, my
motherfucker!
Now, to recap what happened because of unfortunate we couldn't get the video to upload in time. Long story short, the village got attacked by lizard men. One was albino and the other one was what was it called when it's like when you're all black? I keep forgetting what it's called. Like the opposite of albinoism.
I don't.
I don't know, I can look it up.
Oops, damn it. Either way, I'll figure that out later. But yeah, they figured out that the two leaders of the lizardmen, one was albino and the other one was the opposite albino. I'm looking it up now.
For the reverse, basically.
And yep. And due to the help of the Northern Friends, as well as Seth's cannons.
The opposite of albino is melanistic.
Melanistic. Okay, they don't know.
Melanistic, thank you. And basically what happens is this. You guys, yeah, they just basically threw a bunch of bombs at their leaders and dispersed the whole army before the fight truly got in depth.
Yeah, we really disrupted. We really fucked their morale up.
Almost fucked my whole game up. They successfully killed. Yeah, they successfully killed one of the main bad guys. I, as a game master, had to let one of them go.
Even
Like,
though Rack was like, though Rack did leave him with some serious parting gift.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
He dropped a very special powder keg on his ass.
No, yeah. Oh boy, it is a miracle that the melanistic leader is alive.
Probably
like through their own gods.
Probably still need like an amputation or two.
Oh, probably. And this is actually a few days after the battle.
And this is what, during that whole battle, Rack, after seeing the serpents fly apart from the original explosion, that's when it clicked for Rack.
He was one of theirs. Yep, Rack was in truth a slave to the lizardmen, who found safety within these lands. And speaking of slaves, they were able to free up to 50 slaves that were captured and forced into going on this long journey by carrying the long giant throne of the lizard kings and queen, which is still there, by the way. Like, the throne is still there, and you guys have never seen some of these gems and metals, which you guys don't even know of fully, so
Well,
you guys are just seeing like something godly.
Well, for right now, after pretty much Rack launched the lizards with the bombs. That's when Rack would put the click where it would finally click on Rack on how the pretty much realizing the explosion is it's the explosion that propels the stuff. Which means if Rack can find a way to refine that down.
Seth is an attempt to make prehistoric firearms.
Prehistoric guns.
Well, actually making it based off some of the earliest firearm prototypes. It's a matchlock.
Still though, we're making guns. There's no excuse, we are making guns.
Where the fuck did my dice tray go? I just had the damn thing.
And so, for 3 days, the people have been dressing their wounds, well, technically more accurately, licking their wounds, and are basically set to prepare for the next battle, because you guys are never know when it's going to happen again. So you just have your northern friends, as well as many archers, stationed and prepared for battle. No, cannoneers are actually a special set of people only relied in very special occasions, seeing the devastation of the cannons. So you guys are the only cannoneers basically because they don't trust it to anyone but you guys.
What about Cannon though? Cannon's better shot than Rack.
We injured Cannon. Remember?
And we
Speaking
helped
of,
heal his
you
ass.
guys actually find Cannon. He's all leafed up because there's no true bandages, but yeah, he like has like one of those splints like on his leg. He has like a cast, and like you're not even sure how it's physically possible, but he has like one of those like a leaf neck brace.
It's probably made from rope.
No, yeah, and he's just kind of like limping and dragging himself, and somehow he still has like 3 or more ladies constantly like surrounding him. And right now they're in a bit of a, oh, poor Cannon, please let me feed you. Please let me give you some water. Please let me help you kind of shit. And Cannon is just trying to walk.
Cannon!
Just like, huh?
Cannon!
What? What?
It worked!
What? It
Let Rack
hurts.
get closer as you like to see Rack come really a lot closer.
His tone has not changed. He's still a little bit loud, being like, what did you say? He has gone a little bit deaf from the explosion.
It worked! Duck.
If it hurts, put some ointment on it.
Rack all of a
And he
sudden
starts.
grabs a bit of grabs a leaf and rolls it up like into a bit of an extended cone shape. And it sticks out of Cannon's ear and then goes, "It worked!"
I could hear you. This is amazing. What is this?
Oh, Rack just
he's
Rack
actually
just
starting
used
to.
this. Rack just used this is just a little sound collector Rack uses.
Mind if I use it? This is ever since I got hit by that thing, it's been hard to hear.
Only downside is that it looks ridiculous for right now. Rack can't really figure out a way to improve it. So
It's
you can
useful.
you can just take it out and put it back in as needed. All Rack did was just take big leaf, roll it up in this shape here, and that's how it's working.
Now I understand what the ladies are saying. Aww. He finally is hearing what they're saying, and he starts walking with them now.
It worked though.
Does not respond. Doesn't care.
Meanwhile, with Leshy, slowly wakes up.
Yep.
Well, Rack invented an impromptu hearing aid.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wait, hold on. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Okay. Okay. So Leshy, like, he starts he starts waking up in the morning, like, stretches a bit. It's been a good minute.
And like the next thing that Leshy knows, he hears Rack yelling for him, "Leshy!"
Yeah, it's like early in the morning. It is like sunrise.
Yeah. Look, Leshy looks at his surroundings. Has anything changed? Has anyone new
Well,
showed up?
besides the hole,
So
where Rack
far, the
made.
only thing, not really a whole lot has changed. The only thing that has changed was that suddenly, uh,
Lily.
Nit's character, I keep forgetting his name. Yeah, Nit's
Bjorn.
character is gone.
This is yeah, like
Oh, Bjorn, yeah.
yeah.
Suddenly, Bjorn isn't there.
All right. Anyone in my bed? Because you remember the last. Oh, sorry, I forgot to recap. We forgot
Oh
to
yeah.
recap.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Lily
I forgot to
is
record.
also in your bed.
Yeah, in case you don't know what happened last episode. Last episode the lizards came to us and wanted our field team, but we said no and decided to give them a beatdown. Worthy of
Except
God's.
it wasn't really a beatdown.
Still though, like we We killed one of the royalty outright, and the other one escaped with his life. We
Not
were
before getting blown up one more time by Rack out of anger.
Yeah, and then Rack passed out. Leshy made a card for the occasion because duh, my inscription ties are not gonna stop. But now we have a new tie with my now a new tie of inspiration with my character with Scarecrow from DC. Anyways, after the great fight, we all celebrated, and Leshy finally
And
got laid by his crush.
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the meantime,
By the
Leshy
way,
stretches and looks behind, looks at Lily, looks back in front of him. Then it clicks oh, looks down. Oh, okay.
in the distance, you just hear Rack call Leshy's name like a madman.
Leshy, give me a second. Kisses Lily's passed out self on the cheek before dressing himself up and just heading out.
Rack yells, "It's ready!"
I'm coming. Relax. Leshy steps
Yeah,
off
the
and he's
chief.
back.
Yeah, like one of the chiefs that's like, well, the elders, not chiefs, starts walking up and he's like, "Oh my god, like, dude, it's so early. Stop yelling. Even the birds are like running away right now."
I'm sorry, Rack is super excited. He's just figured out how to make make boom powder even better and more controlled.
Explain?
And all it takes, because Rack figured this out. Remember when Rack sent the Royals flying with the first boom?
Yes.
Rack realized it was the boom. It was the boom causing it. The boom powder throwing it. Not the fire, the boom.
Well, bits of earth start flying too. It could be the earth spirits.
Hmm.
Or that because of how much force Rack hit it with.
What's force?
It's I think I understand what Rack is getting at. Like uh, do you have random unless you looks at a tree and is like, see this? Uh,
Yep.
Force is basically, I think I know what Rack's getting at. It's like the oomph, like the effort, like you punch the tree, like how hard I hit that, basically. How hard I hit
Oh,
that is the force
you could just
that
say
goes.
strength.
Yeah, I was trying to find the right terms for it. But it's like strength, but it's not from like organic. It's not specifically from organic. It's from everything. It's not from flesh. It's from everything. A falling rock, or a thrown stick, all that.
Or a flying snake.
Yes, flying snake
All
too.
right, all right, all right, all right. I don't get it at all. But
Pretty
anyway, let's
much.
see this invention.
Okay, so you remember how Rack had them requested for our big friend's tribe to make him that round hollow tube similar to bamboo as he requested?
Yeah.
Well, they got it, and Rack has taken this and mounted it on a stick.
Also, I do want to make note.
Now
We
he
finally got
loads
a first time chatter. Well, hello, Snooter. It's been a minute. Hopefully, you get
Hey,
to hear us play D&D.
as Rack as Rack grabs a leaf, puts a funnel on the top on the front of it, the open end, and you watch as he pours a bit of the gunpowder in, and then takes a stick and shoves it in to pack it down tighter. And then you watch as Rack picks up a small enough rock to fit in the barrel and pack it down even further. On the opposite end of the copper tube, on the side, there's a small hole. As you watch as Rack puts a little dried out fern stem into it, and he
there's
points the
also
stick.
moss.
Moss?
Yeah, I feel like dried moss would also work.
He's using it as a fuse. Okay. You see that? You see that dummy thing Rack put up. It has a pumpkin for a head.
I see it. I see it.
As Rack points the stick, Leshy, can you light this? It's taking both of Rack's hands to hold this.
Ah, yes. He uses
And do
flint.
not stay away from this side.
Okay. Yeah. He takes the flint and just lights it before stepping back. Taking back to safety.
Takes a few seconds, and then boom!
Do I need to roll to see if I actually hit the pumpkin?
Well, first, I want you to roll construction and see if this thing even works the way you want it to, because as much as you want to say it works, you just can't build things off the fly, my friend.
You gotta do testing before you can figure out how to manufacture these things.
Well, this is the
Yep.
prototype. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Rack is aware. What do I roll for construction? I know aware is going to be part of it.
No, yeah. It would be aware and... Damn it, where's the... I always lose the fucking character sheets. Yeah, it's aware and... There it is. Okay. It'll be... Yeah, aware and dexterous, because it is going to be one of those... You're kind of lifting kind of weapons. Sorry it took a minute.
You're good. You're good.
Okay, give me a sec. Make sure I got all the right dice. Got all my clears. That's a 6, a 6, a 4, and a 1.
Alright. 4 successes. Okay. As soon as it goes boom, it doesn't explode. And the rock does come out, but it doesn't come out as far. It does not hit the pumpkin, though. It shoots and it lands like about 2 feet in front of you.
Aw.
2 feet in front of him?
Yeah.
I'm guessing because it wasn't a perfectly snug fit.
Yep.
Rack needs to improve ammunition, but pretty much this is rough prototype. If Rack can improve it, in theory, it could go much further.
Yeah, you guys just saw, him put a stone in a tube and it just comes out on its own.
I guess there's some improvements. They could be somehow even better than that. Or worse.
I think
I
the
have
main
a
problem
feeling
comes.
with this guy, it's gonna be worse. I just have a feeling something bad is gonna happen.
You always have a feeling something bad is going to happen.
And it hasn't failed me once, young man!
Except for the one time.
Okay, the one time when I said there wasn't gonna be a flood, and then it flooded wasn't on me, okay? I specifically said that we were not gonna die from the flood.
And Steve died. He drowned.
Steve was an idiot. So now he gets to go on as Steve the Drowned.
I'm glad that Ben didn't drown.
I don't know, if he didn't drown, I think we just still call him with a Steve.
Yeah.
Yep. What a silly name, Steve. Imagine kids 1,000 years in the future still having that name. Ah, Steve.
All
Steve.
of a sudden, all the
What?
kids of the future just sneeze.
Steve. Steve.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is funny because my grandfather's name is Steve.
Let's get back on track, guys.
Yep.
Still, pretty much, I think Rat can improve this, but what he needs to do is improve the ammunition.
Yeah.
Now, normal rocks like these are too unpredictable. They may have to be chiseled.
Alright, alright. Hey, Rack? Isn't ammunition sounds very long and very brain hurty?
Can't we just use clay? Just shape it into whatever size we need it?
Yeah, but no,
No,
the
clay would
word.
be too fragile.
Hmm.
That's the problem. Rack tried with clay. It shattered before it even leaving barrel.
Did you bake it? Or did you just put it in there when it was wet?
I baked it.
What? Oh, whoops, did a thing. Made a mistake. Whoops, wrong area.
Rack baked it overnight.
Well, there's your one problem. You overcooked it. You never overcook clay. Such a... And he starts walking away, thinking that he, may have prevented you from doing this, and he's like, you crazy sons of bitches, you don't understand what it means when you guys understand.
You know this means Rack is just gonna try that. Is gonna try better ammunition.
Yay, the thing.
Rack is gonna be trying the different variations like chiseled rock, baked clay, and what else? Rack did have a crazy idea to try. Rack did have a crazy idea of try using bone fragments.
Bone fragment sounds like something for one of those uh throwable boom things. What did you call them? Did did we
Well,
have a name for those?
well, originally the idea for Rack was gonna call it boomsticks, but we didn't have access to what one of the things Rack wanted, so boom pot,
Boombot?
boom pot.
Boompot. Okay, boompot.
And then there's the jumbo boom pot, which is used in cannon.
And then there's the stuff I worked on.
You guys, continue to talk a little bit
Chatting about
about
ideas and spitballing
yep,
mostly.
yep. And that's like after a little while, you hear one guy start shouting, "What?"
Leshy immediately rushes over.
What did you say? I couldn't understand
Yeah,
you.
no, you were cutting out.
So one guy said, "I did it! I did it!"
Leshy rushes over. What'd you do? What'd you do?
He pulls out basically with a big pair of sticks, pulls out this lump of red hot metal, basically, and he says, "I finally did it! I finally figured out the right temperature how to do this!
Oh, this is awesome!
I mean, with the help of our friends from the north, we are now able to make what they make.
Ah!
But there is one slight problem.
What is it?
The metals, as I believe that's what they're calling it, they're giving us is,
Mm-hmm.
well, he grabs a rock and pounds it down, and you see this lump of red hot metal suddenly shatter.
Yeah.
Oh,
That is the
oh!
problem.
Wait.
Don't let Rack. I think Rack just got a lesson about this
You
from one of the
close.
They
elders.
say it's
You
they say
overbaked
it's
it.
unclean.
Unclean.
Huh?
You
No, no,
overbaked it.
no, that's clay. That's clay.
Yeah.
Leshy looks at it and you said it was unclean?
Yes. Well, they say it was unclean. It had the same color as what they have for tools, but it has a bit of rock around it, but they say it was unclean because of it. I was
Oh,
finally
wait.
able to
Other
get it to
rock.
melt because of it.
Wait, the other rock. He looks at the coppers like the
Yeah, you
other
see,
rock made it weaker. It made it weak.
Wait.
but I may have figured something out, he says. He
Yeah?
starts pounding it. He starts pounding it down again and starts collecting the pieces that are clearly still red hot and then puts it back into the furnace. I believe if we collect enough of the ones that are hotter and don't break, and if they melt together, then maybe we should get a clump of the stuff they got.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Rat could put this project on hold temporarily as he puts his makeshift stick gun on his back.
Of course, Leshy still has his smoke bombs on him. Like, all right. Um,
Actually, we may be able to if we melt it purely down into full liquid.
we could make something efficient for your sick thing.
Yeah, but the first thing we need to do is get it to become a liquid.
Well,
Even the Northerners said that it never becomes a liquid. It just when it just gets red hot, it just turns into soft clay. And then when it hardens, it turns to, well, metal, as they call it.
oh wait,
Speaking
Rack
of,
has an
has
idea.
anyone seen our friends of the North?
Well, Rack managed to get get this part for his test weapon
Nice.
from them earlier today.
I thought
Nice.
Rack picked it up right before sunrise.
um, I think if we're gonna go out to do this out of the village, I need to check on someone real quick.
Actually, Rack is gonna stay here and actually start bouncing some ideas. Like, what if we instead? Why
Leshy's
don't
already
we?
gone.
And Rack's sharing his ideas with the guy working the metal. Like, why don't we try mixing in crushed charcoal to pull out those impurities? It works with poison.
We are using charcoal. I mean,
No, we sprinkle it on the metal itself.
I don't know what that could do, but alright.
Yeah.
Now we're following up Leshy,
Yeah, Leshy heads back to his place to check on Lily.
who has already gone up and started doing, like, her regular duties, collecting the beer that is prepped and as well as making it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, collecting the grain and start prepping beer.
Right. Leshy walks to her and says, "Hey, Lily. How are you doing?"
Very well.
I'm sorry, just Rack called for me this morning. Had to go see whatever he was up to.
It is fine. I mean, in these times right now, especially with those things, it's always best to do what you can.
Yeah.
Look,
Is there anything you want to do later? Maybe enjoy some of the beer or mead? Either
That
or.
would be nice.
Yeah. Maybe we can notice the spirits together. That would be sweet.
There is actually a secret spot I kind of wish to show you later.
I'll be happy to see it.
I shall see you at sunset.
See you at sunset. Leshy,
well, for right now, is also Rack is actually doing a little minor experimenting with an unprocessed, unheated version
yeah,
of some fresh.
copper.
As Rack is literally scrubbing at it to get the dirt and all the dirt and crap off.
Yeah, Leshy makes it back to Rack.
You're just seeing Leshy use a rock to polish this other rock.
Rack.
I mean, yeah,
Rack is polishing the rock to use another rock.
Okay.
Leshy's just
This-
silently
no
looking
more
at him.
characters with R. No more characters that begin with R for you, Seth.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting all your characters mixed up now.
Nice job.
But Leshy isn't my character.
Yeah, he's mine.
True.
Anyways, Leshy
But you're
looks in.
seeing yeah, you see Rek just polishing a rock with another rock.
He's actually making the rack kind of shiny, actually. A lot
Leshy's
more
just
shiny.
Actually, it does not.
Leshy's just staring at Rack awkwardly in silence.
And Rack dumps it. Rack dips it in the water and scrubs it more while it's in the water before pulling it out. Okay. And then Rack mixes on a little bit of, puts a little bit of sand on it.
Yeah, you're seeing all this. You know what I mean, Leshy,
Before
and
he puts it into, well, he's making a pretty much he's using this chunk of ore to size up, making like a prototype kiln.
Hmm.
I mean, kiln's already a thing.
Well, he's
Why
pretty
not? I'm
much
thinking of furnace.
the kiln is what goes in the furnace that increases allows you to melt the ore.
Makeshift version. Alright.
Okay. This is basic idea. It needs to be Leshy. Can you go get this properly processed?
Yes.
It's meant to be able to take because Rack don't have time. Rack needs to stay here to make sure this idea to help make the metal better for work.
Okay. Leshy goes off to do just that.
Yeah,
And
you start helping. You know what I mean, Rek with his crazy ideas once again.
which for some reason are really helpful for the village.
Yep. And as I mean, Rek is just polishing this rock. You know what I mean, you're kind of help constructing this, you know what I mean, enhancement for the furnace.
Right.
And one guy who's also helping grabs like skin, like an old skin from a drum, and he places it on top of the one of the holes. And then he looks at you, Void,
Yeah.
lifts it like it's because it's shaped like a bag. He opens it, closes it, then pushes down with all his force, and you see a big gust of ash fly out from the top of the furnace.
Ah.
Do you think this will help?
Oh, that might work if we can line the inside of the pot and the outside because we're not. Oh,
There's
Rack's
smoke.
brain's just going a mile a minute.
Right. Like Leshy's just letting them.
That may work. What we're trying to do is make it so we can't. So this is much more heat resistant than the furnace itself, because this is going to be taking much hotter temperature. Though Rack
Let's do
does
it.
have another idea. Though Rack don't know if it'd be doable, but if it'd be possible for us to set up a way to harness the movement of the river and
You
get it
hear
to do
one
that
guy.
automatically.
You hear one guy walks up right to you and smacks you across the face for just suggesting that. How dare you say that? How dare you try to say something that dangerous?
Yes, but dangerous is what made us survive.
Smacks you again.
And if
And
it
he's like,
does,
"What are you, an idiot? We only survived because we actually avoided danger."
Well, if we knew it was if we knew, how do we know if it was dangerous before we came across it? Can you explain?
We didn't, our ancestors did.
How did
Those
they
are our
know?
ancestors that told us all this.
Okay, then how did they know it was dangerous?
Because their ancestors told them.
So on and so forth for the rest of eternity.
Basically, turtles all the way down.
That
Imagine
sound-
if Rack is the first one one of his people able to swim.
Meanwhile, like Rex just staring at no, not Rex. Leshy's just staring at everyone like. Do you realize how much of a buffoon you're sounding like right now? Even bigger than how you're portraying him. You know what? I'm gonna try it.
I lived
No,
for a
I,
long time because I avoided danger.
you know what?
Yes, but the danger came to us and we had to fight it off.
Hmm.
Eh,
He's like,
if we hadn't fought, we probably could have been better.
Leshy just crosses his arms like,
Or in a
Leshy,
much worse state.
Leshy. Sorry, it's like Leshy looks at him like, Rack, mind showing me what you want to do?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I forgot
You
to
know how
mention that the guy that smacked you was one of the previous slaves. I forgot to mention that.
Right. You probably learned how to swim from the lizards.
Actually, no. He's like, no, water is theirs. Theirs and theirs alone.
you are not theirs anymore. This place is for ours to use.
This place is theirs. The moment they set foot here, it becomes theirs.
You wanna know what I say to that?
You're a coward. You stand up
Says
for
you.
yourself.
Says
Rack is the
you.
one who was on the field. Rack is the one who sent the king and queen flying and left you unharmed.
Only to undo the damage you have caused for abandoning us. Do you
Rack,
not remember? Do you not remember your own father?
Rack is confused as fuck. What the hell's a father?
Like Leshy takes the slave by the shoulder like, we need to have a bit of a chat.
Rack, last thing Rack remembered before Bert was waking up on a shore drenched.
Like like Leshy takes the guy. He's like like dragging him off a little bit. Like, can I speak to you for a moment?
What do you want?
I don't know if you know, but we are the kind of people who, but me and Rack, we're the kind of people who toss caution to the wind, all for the purposes of exploration,
Progress.
to know what to go where no one else has gone before, to know what no one else knows, and then show them the right way.
Now you're sounding like the lizard men. They believe that they captured all the worthy ones. They would teach us how to be great. We are nothing to them. The hounds, they're useful. They're loyal. The furry ones, their strength is massive. But us, we are useful because we're many. Disposable.
You're not
That's
that.
our only use.
That's not how you
That
are
is
to
our
us.
benefits.
It's not how you are to us. You're just like any one of us. We have our roles, sure, but we're still people. We are a people. We'll do whatever it takes to keep each other safe in any way that we can. And we have the capability of being our own people, of being different than each other, but still cooperating. And
Just wait until you can see this is where he, like, you can see a bit of a smile, but tears kind of in his face, kind of like of shock and despair. He's like, just wait until they come. Just wait. We thought like that too. We all did at one point until they came. Do you know what power they have? The power of the explosions they have. The thing they gave my son. The thing they went to destroy.
Leshy like opens his arms like, would you like a hug? She's
He
up.
starts walking off because he's like,
Then Rack is going to make
he's
it
just on
better.
a level of just
Control it
like, he just
better.
can't accept it.
I like
He just can't accept it.
Leshy sighs like, leave him be. He needs time.
Thing
Leshy walks
thing
back
is,
to Rack like, alright.
if we can improve figure out how to automate getting air, blowing air into this. Like I say, the only thing is Rack just doesn't know how to transfer the power. Like Rack already has a prototype idea to collect the power. It's a much smaller model. Rack did it, and he just tends to plop it right next to the river and let's watch it spin like crazy.
I can help with that.
Well, technically, it doesn't spin like crazy because,
But it spins.
Spins.
well, yeah, it spins, but you're just kind of like looking at it like, yeah, it spins.
How to and Rack's brain goes like, how to harvest that? How to use it?
We could just make one part longer. He points at the axle of it, like the little thing, the thing that holds the wheel together at the center.
Hmm.
Just make it
That
it
might work,
longer.
but the problem is, Rack still has just to figure out how to make it turn.
Well, didn't you say you put it in the water? Like in
Yeah, we
the river?
can't move the river. That's the problem.
Well, why don't just we move the
No,
stuff?
to literally send a power, like say, we even if we do extend the shaft
Mm,
this way, but we have the build. This blower would be here. So how do we make it connect on the corner?
Unless she like puts his hands in like a finger locked position. Hmm.
Well, Leshy, you're a fucking genius.
Huh? I am?
Your hands. The
Yeah?
thing you're doing with your hands. If Rat can carve something similar out of wood,
I don't see where you're going with this.
the power. Okay, we use the wood, carve something out of wood that meshes like the way like your fingers are. As the thing rotates, it forces the other one to rotate.
Causing the movement to move with it. You're Oh my lord, I am not a genius. You're the one who saw the inspiration. Am I your mute? Am I your Wait,
Okay, if we can get
wait,
this prototype working.
I'm like your spirit guide. But I'm not a spirit. How does that work? Never mind. We got
You're
a
the
new
idea Rack just
project.
throws random ideas out and see what sticks.
Idea spirit.
Idea spirit. Nice. We gotta sum that up into a word at some point, but not now. We gotta do this.
Assistant!
Yes! Let's do this! Leshy runs off,
Okay,
runs back. I have no idea where we're going.
Rack needs wood.
Got it.
Okay, so pretty much Rack is just gonna get a couple pieces of wood for prototyping,
Yeah.
as he pretty much makes a slightly bigger version of his wheel. And then he takes this, but he's pretty much prototyping the gears. We just need to find a better, more efficient way of transferring the power, of getting the power to mesh, so we don't wind up over slipping
Right.
or not, or one gear failing to turn the other.
Yeah, like you see Leshy like sitting there pondering is like,
Oh wait! Rack just had another idea.
yes?
What if Rack is starting to come up? Rack is starting to spiral together the idea of a corkscrew gear.
Right. Leshy's already like working on his own little sketch. He's like Marak's working on his own blueprint. Leshy's also working on his own, and it's like based on the
Yeah.
idea of a
Here's
loose
how
tube.
you
Like,
Speaking of blueprints, you guys actually do create the first blueprints in a sense,
yeah, like a foundational blueprint.
because of how you make your cards. You know what I mean, Leshy?
Yeah, we just
You
did
just
it on
grab
a
a
bigger
big,
scale.
yeah, you just grab a big piece of rawhide and just grab charcoal, and with, you know what I mean, wreck there, you know what I mean, you two are just drawing up plans, and then all of a sudden,
We
one of the, I keep forgetting the fucking
the leather worker.
tack.
Yeah, attack.
Yeah, tack comes in and he's like, "The heck are you guys doing?"
Unless you turn.
That's a big card I've ever seen in my life.
This isn't a card. This
It's
is something we build.
hold on, let me think. It's plan prints. Yeah, plan print. It's plans
Why
for
not just call it? Why not just call it blueprints? Because it's on technically blue furred boar hide.
that works. Okay, okay. Also,
I mean, plant prints. I mean, it is almost could be mistaken for paw prints, plant prints.
yeah. So yeah, blueprints sound better. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Tech, you want to see what we're working on?
I could see it, but I don't understand it.
Here,
Okay,
lock your fingers
okay.
together. Lock your
Let
fingers
Rack-
together. Lock your fingers together, Tech.
He does, and he's like, "Oh, now what?"
Now try to move one hand without moving the other.
I
without
mean,
breaking the lock.
you can't.
Exactly.
Without hurting my fingers, I can't.
Exactly. Now what we're working on is part of one of Rack's old ideas with a spinning wheel in the water. We figured out a way to move the movement of the wheel from one spot to another, and it's based off
And
of
with
that
this, we
principle.
could supercharge our furnaces.
Mm-hmm. Make them do things all by make it do the process all by itself.
Well, no, not that part.
Your
But
guys are trying to
going,
create life in a sense,
no,
making
not
things
really.
do,
Rack is just
making
transferring
things
the.
do on their own. The day, like he literally starts laughing, like he dropped like his pot, like filled with didn't shatter, but it is a pot filled with like yellow paint, which is like rare, but
Yeah.
he's just like laughing, being like, "You guys, the day you guys make things do things on their own is the day I worship you as gods, because only gods can do that shit." I'm sorry, I gotta go tell people this. Hey everyone!
You realize Rack was the one who figured out how to make the boom powder, right?
Hey, he's gone.
Like, go on, leave him be. We got this.
Okay, Rack. Pretty much, we're gonna make a much smaller version, and we're gonna try to just transfer the power over to the furnace. That way, we could get one of those blowers running at all times.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right.
Okay, so Rack has this rough prototype idea for to get the spinning motion. We just have to build slightly larger.
Well,
We don't want to go too large because we don't want to disrupt the river for now.
right. Well, I'm ready to build when you are.
Okay,
Just tell me what to do.
to the river.
To the river.
You and like a small team of people with like bamboo, like long
Bamboo,
sticks of
wood.
bamboo,
Yeah.
As we
just
start
start
to
walking.
craft a larger water reel.
And it takes like about a day to get halfway done, and it is about sunset.
All right. Set up camp.
Rack is going to be pretty much going to be also setting up securing the site.
Right.
Don't want anybody falling in.
Sleeping in shifts. Shifts, yeah, sounds like a good idea.
As Rack is Rack is going to let Leshy take the first sleep.
I mean, does Leshy want to stay there?
I mean, Leshy wants to help in any way he can, so he isn't just gonna return home. But make sure it gets done.
But Rack is going to stay in the area and pretty much what and pretty much Rack is going to take his turn and keep observing and also try to adjust the plan so far to try to make optimization little tweaks.
How do you take first watch?
And Rack is
Yeah, I mean, the
definitely
night
on guard. He is aware.
so far, not a whole lot happens through the night. Just the occasional, I mean, rodent, and you've even seen a dinosaur walk through your way, but it never bothered you guys.
I don't mind taking the second shift.
No, it's peaceful throughout the night,
Alright.
and the whole team wakes up. I mean, to start finishing up this water wheel.
It's a pretty basic water wheel.
Still
Like,
works though.
Rack wants to eventually make it stronger with stone in the future. At least the foundation. But, well,
Still
Rack has to
works.
invent cement first.
Right. Leshy will now help with the extensions, so to speak, with the with a little with the not named yet cogs and gears.
With the help of some cogs and gears, and through the rest of the day, like it becomes sunset, like as you guys finally finish this water wheel. It's not connected to anything yet, but it is turning, and
Alright.
it does creak.
Yeah.
Okay, and Rack is also installing an emergency brake.
Yeah. Leshy's gonna watch this night.
Well, Rack is going to be working quietly.
I got aware, don't worry. I got aware, charismatic, fortunate, and wise.
Yeah, and this time I want you to actually roll aware and fortunate, because you're going to be fortunate if you actually get out, if this happens.
Alright, so far I got 3. Okay, got still 3. One more roll. I got
Yep.
4.
All right. No success, but no failures. So
What do you mean?
you
No,
just go.
I'm in total in the score. I got 6, a 5,
Oh,
and 3 2s.
oh.
No, wait, I got 6, 5, 2, 2, 5. Yeah, there we go.
All right. That makes sense
I was
then. All
tallying up the
right.
scores.
Oh yeah. All right. So I mean, go through the night, and as you're taking first watch, you do spot like a little shiny rock in the ground.
Hmm. Unless she still stays put and keeps watch. Not one to be distracted. Is that it?
You just can't seem to not be distracted by this gem. Because what makes it, what keeps catching your eye is that it's a bright blue.
Unless she pops one of his solution to gem bombs after putting on his mask. Try and dilute it so that he doesn't get fearful. And heads over to investigate the rock. Bone knife in hand.
You investigate the rock. It's just a rock. A rock of lapis lazuli.
Pick it up, look
In
at it.
fact, it reminds you of Lily's eyes. And
And
the
for
promise that you made to her to go see her at sunset yesterday.
Leshy
Leshy.
looks for Leshy and he slams his head against the tree and just meanwhile in the village
Go, Leshy, go!
meanwhile in the village. Fop! Leshy immediately makes it back. Makes a mad dash for it.
Yeah, everyone in everyone in your camp.
Swearing under his breath as he runs.
She's gonna be pissed.
Yeah, no, you run straight to the camp in the middle of the night.
And he immediately
There's
runs into
actually
a
one
wall.
guy who actually I'm gonna roll to see if this guy tackles you because he just sees this fucking rando running straight into his village and he's like tired, so he's like, Okay, I got a success. Okay, that does not do it.
Yeah.
He
Leshy,
tries to tackle you, but is like, oh!
Leshy takes off his mask.
And
Like,
you,
Leshy takes off his mask and immediately runs to his home, or wherever Lily is, immediately bangs his head on a surface. Is like, okay, now hopefully we're even. Unless you want me to do more. I am more than willing to bleed.
yeah, Lily is not in the cabin. Well, not cat. Well,
Well,
hut. There it is.
where, well then where is she? Like,
Well, she did say she wanted to show you somewhere. Yeah, I mean, great. So
she immediately steps out like, Lily, I'm sorry. Been a complete twat. Too focused on work. But he punches the wall and like, ah!
I want you to roll searching real quick because you may be able to find this secret spot if you're since you have like a great aware and shit.
Alright. Okay, so that's aware and fortunate again, right?
I
Yep.
built a little castle out of dice.
Yeah, so that's... Alright, one success so far. And... That's just one success.
Okay. You start going around the village. I mean, just going around like the general areas you know that I mean Lily has gone,
And it'll be even funnier
What?
if Rack
and
actually knew the exact spot Lily was trying to show.
Hmm.
and I want you to roll.
Fortunate?
Oh, wrong. Not fortunate. This would be agile.
I don't have that. I actually have clumsy.
Oh yeah,
I'm rolling a 3
it would
dice.
be lethal and agile.
That's actually a 4.
Oh, 4 successes.
No, I got 4 in total. 4 in total.
Oh,
Hold on. Uh, yeah, just 4 in total, yeah.
all right. So it's just the number 4 or 4
4
successes. I'm just
successes.
clarifying.
4 successes.
All right. You do not fall in to this. Well, as you're going through pushing some vines and leaves out of the way, you almost fell into like a small pond that looks to be about
Is it
like
glowing?
it's not glowing.
Ah, if it was glowing, it'd be full of poo.
But
Ha
still,
ha
keep
ha
going,
ha.
keep going, keep going.
You and it's like about the size like of a Roman bathhouse, like mini bath kind of sized.
Right.
And you see some of Lily's things there.
Leshy, like, gets ready to bathe and just sits in there, like, just groans, like, ugh. Imbecile. King of fools I am.
No, the King of Fools would be Rack.
Shut. Leshy, feeling like
That's
an
when
idiot.
Lily
It's just like slouching, like,
and that's when Lily comes in and she's like, "Well, now you finally arrive."
Yep,
She is full on butt ass naked, fully exposed, but kind of like in the anime kind of style. There's
right.
like steam and leaves
Yeah.
always covering her.
Yeah, Leshy's like, you don't see his forehead bleeding after he ran himself into the wall. At that one point, like,
Yeah, she goes into the water and does like a karate chop on your head. That's for yesterday.
don't worry, I already did
And
that.
this is for today.
He's prepared for another beating.
That and then she kisses you.
He touches the spot where she kissed and he just sighs. Yeah.
Next time, I gotta keep a stronger eye on you when you two are together.
Yeah. Man. Well, it's like when we get an idea going, we can't stop, and it's just we become idiots, basically. Smart idiots, but
By the way, you do feel kind of really good in this like water because even though I did tell Seth hot springs don't exist,
this is a hot spring.
I'm gonna lie. Yep, it's a small hot spring. Not enough to make sulfur,
But
but
it's
it's just,
enough to relax.
yeah, it's enough to relax.
Yeah. Leshy, like, it feels relieved and was like, the spot is good. It's wonderful.
Oh, I'm so tempted to have Rack ruin the moment.
Ever since the mountain of the north exploded, this thing suddenly appeared. And I've been using it since.
The implications of it is insane. But we can enjoy this for now. Leshy, like,
The plan was to at least have one moment with you alone before I tell everyone else.
it's fine. I found something
It's
when I
almost
was out,
as if
though.
it's almost as if all fatigue problems just melt away in this.
Yeah. Might be how it's not how hot the water is, it's how warm. Very, very warm it is.
Like being next to like being right next to fire without being close to it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think Kendra would cut me off at the attempt to make a steam engine.
Yeah, we
Oh
definitely
yeah,
would.
no,
No,
absolutely. I
no,
am
we're
so cutting you
not
off
making
there,
a
dude.
we're not making a steam engine. We're making horse-drawn
Dude, you're not
carts.
even
That's
like
the
in
closest
the.
we're gonna get.
You haven't even invented aqueducts yet. You're gonna need to build aqueducts before you build a steam engine, my friend. You gotta build plumbing before you can build a steam engine.
You gotta go
I'm
Super
allowing you to
Mario
make
before
a
we go to
gun,
Spirit
dude.
Tracks. We gotta go to the classic
Yeah, I'm
Mario
allowing
Brothers.
you to make a gun, and that's where I'm gonna end it.
Yeah, Leshy, like,
Well, you let me make a water wheel as well.
yeah. Leshy, like, looks inside of his bag and, like, looks at the lapis and is like, I got you this. Found this on my outing. Reminded me of you.
Well, at least it wasn't all for naught.
Yeah. I was thinking about giving it a
I've never
name.
seen this color before.
Reminds me of your
And
eyes,
this is
actually.
here. And this is here. Don't eat it. It's poisonous. And ingested. Brack knows. Brack made the mistake.
That's when Lily covers herself, like her breast, and she's like, "What the? Where?"
Don't worry.
Oh!
And
Oh, Rack was
that's
actually aware of the rock Leshy pulled out of the river. Rack knew about them. Rack is
Rack,
talking to a really loud leaf. He rolled up. It really good at making Rack voice really loud to go over distance.
Like
okay.
Leshy grabs a
Lily
leaf and is like,
grabs a rock. Actually, Lily grabs a rock, and
Seth
oh
rolls
my god,
evasion.
oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, Seth, you're gonna need to roll evasion.
I'm just messing with you. I'm not even there.
Like, how did he know? Like, did he use the leaf as a hearing aid and then use it as a megaphone?
That's for you to
The
figure out.
most, yeah, but I was gonna say because she got like 5 successes to throw a stone to hit you.
That's a crit. That
Like
is a
she full
crit.
on like she's like one of those badass anime women that just grabs a rock, throws
Yeets
it
it.
at the middle of like
Beans you in
fucking
the head.
nowhere.
Yeah, you're in the middle of nothing of nowhere. She somehow beans you in the head.
And Rack adds on. By the way, Rack is nowhere near you guys. Rack is actually still over by the river, and now Rack's people are angry at Rack.
Ugh.
This. Ow! 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 Ow!
Uh.
And the more when Leshy gets back, he's gonna find Rack beat the shit up.
Yeah. Leshy like sighs and like, well, any names for this particular rock? Thinking about naming it after you, actually.
Actually, we can actually name it after my mother.
What was her name?
She had a weird name.
I'm willing to
Her
hear it.
name was Lazuli, but everyone called her Lapis.
Hmm. We use her nickname first and foremost. Call it just Lapis Lazuli. Yeah, that should rolls off the tongue very well.
Sounds like a great name.
I made a little castle out of dice.
Nice. Like, Leshy's
You want
like,
to see it?
I actually would.
yeah, I would. But we got story.
Yep, let's
Head
get the
in the game.
story.
Head in the game.
Yep.
Leshy's relaxing and was like, hmm.
Yep.
Later, I might come back here and check with the spirits about what's going to happen. Maybe, regardless of what, because I hope you're okay. I hope that we're okay.
We are.
Okay.
The only thing I just fear is those things coming back.
The lizards.
And if they do,
Yeah.
what can we do then? And they know this time. They'll be prepared.
Mm. Maybe they'll try to come prepared, but as long as we keep advancing, keep improving, more than they can, we'll stand a chance. That's what I believe. I guess
She does lean closer to you and she's like, I believe you.
I posted a picture in Discord.
I saw it. Dope.
Yeah,
That's
like,
all
As
my
the night
yeah, Leshy
That's
Leshy
all
like
my
kisses
D6s.
her before going back to relaxing.
you guys relax through the night, and at sunrise, as
Rack is
soon
growing
as
in
Lily
pain.
fucking says the fucking area of the spot, suddenly it is now a popular spot.
Popular hot spring.
Yep. And however, there seems to be one correlation that kind of pisses the men off.
Yep. What is
Men are forbidden to use it during the day because that's when the women use it.
Yeah, Leshy's just like kind of chill with it.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in the
Like the
background,
some of the elders, like the women elders, are the ones that implemented this rule.
Yeah.
Like to the point that even like the old ladies who don't want to bathe most often now just stand guard.
Yeah.
And just like fucking just like old ladies from fucking Mexico, they could fucking throw their own shoes, they knock a person out.
Throw on shoes with shoulder chocolates. No music. Smash.
Those are
Boom.
weapons to them, I swear to God.
Yeah.
meanwhile, when Leshy finally gets back to where Rack is working, you can see Rack has somehow managed to rig up an automated blower, and somehow rig up an automated grindstone that he can connect and disconnect at will.
It's like, hey Leshy, sorry I wasn't here yesterday. Sorry I wasn't here last night. Had to meet with Lily again.
Ta-da! Ow! 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 Fuck! Ow! Ow! Ow!
You feeling it?
Yeah, you were
Wow,
standing.
you look
You
very
see him
messed
say
up.
like "ta-da," and all of a sudden, like a teeth or two starts knocking him on the head, just not realizing he needs to stand out of the way.
Yeah, hang on, just stand over here. There we go. There we go. So, hey Talk, get over here.
That
Back
wasn't a
and
tip
talk.
that
Yeah, I mean,
that was Rack being sore for getting beat up last night.
Yeah.
Tack and Tuck start coming over. Tack is clearly tired because did not get enough sleep last night. His hands are covered in yellow paint.
It's like,
I
what
mean,
have
the
you been
Talk
doing?
on the other hand is clearly awake and is like, "Hey, what's going on?
You better honor your deal, cause Rack did it.
What?"
You better honor your
Rack
deal. He says he,
fucking did it. As he shows him the automated grindstone.
Uh,
Leshy just has this
um,
Leshy just has this crap-eating grin on his face, like,
Don't underestimate Rack's madness. Rack is determined. Rack will find a way.
Leshy just goes, that's pretty good stuff.
I.
Oh, and also Rack managed to
Tom
rig
just
that
looks
up
at him
too.
and he's like, I think he's broken. I'm gonna send him home. And Talk is just still saying I.
So you think, and Rex shows the automated blower to the guy at the furnace. So, you think we? So what do you think?
Dethster.
Oh, I thought he was talking to you. Yeah, I
No, he
mean,
wasn't
I
talking
thought
to
he
me.
was
He's
talking
talking
to
to the
Leshy.
guy. No, he's talking to the guy who's controlling the furnace.
Oh,
Showing him
okay
the
then.
Rack's automated blower.
He's like, huh, amazing. Huh.
With this, we could
Hello.
keep air going into going in there all the time and make it even hotter in there,
Mm-hmm.
which would
Yeah, but
give us
there's
the ability
one
to melt the
slight
metal.
issue.
What?
I would have to move the furnace from the village by the river.
That's the
Actually,
thing. We
Rack
set it
has an
up.
idea.
We can
You
set it.
see, we can extend it. We can move the power to there
Mm-hmm.
using these shafts and these. What did we agree to call them?
These are called cogs, and anything else that's related to the cogs are called gears.
Hogs. Who named that? Someone who coughed?
Yes, actually.
Well,
Kind of by accident, but still.
well, well fuck me,
works.
they say.
Now, Rack just needs to figure out a better way to make stone stick together. And then we could probably build a reinforced wall.
Leshy thinks is like,
Thing is, Rack just doesn't know where to get quicklime.
Leshy taps his foot and is processing information. Wait. Rack, I have a question. Do you
Rack's
believe that
tilting his head.
water is wet? Irrelevant question to my thought. I just wanted to know what you thought. If water is in itself wet.
Rack has never thought about it. Water can make things wet,
But
is
is
water
water wet?
We don't know because it's in both states.
Okay, better question. You know paint, right?
Yeah,
You know the powder we use to make paint, right? We
yeah,
mix it with water, right?
yeah. Isn't that like
What
your
if,
clay stuff?
yeah, but what if instead of paint or clay, we use stone?
Still not gonna solve the problem that Rack needs is quicklime, and we're in a jungle with it next to impossible to find. It's that weird. It's like that clay stuff, but once it dries, it's just as hard as the rock, and it disappears into the rock. Rack actually had a little back in his old workshop before that burned down.
Like,
Talk to Rack's old chief; he'll tell you the story.
no, wait, hang on. Like, you see Leshy's brain, the cogs turning in his head, so to speak.
You know what was better analysis?
What?
Leshy trying to light a torch with
Right,
a
it's like,
flint. And when the idea finally happens, the torch lights.
it's like, and mental Leshy's like, oh! Leshy's like, wait a minute. Clay, hold on. He immediately walks off. Like, hold on. He comes back like, Rack, I need you to do something for me.
What?
I need you to find a stone, but a very peculiar stone.
What kind of stone?
Uh,
What color?
like a very
'Cause there's many.
pale, white. Like a pale thing. It's like stone, the gray of a stone, but if it's pale. Like
Question: Is this like the really hard one or the really soft one?
You said quick lime, right? Earlier? Quick lime?
Yeah.
Just grab the lime, whatever it is, like lime rock, limestone, whatever. And like Leshy just walks off to go get clay.
You go and get clay. It's quite easy
Right,
because clay is like a very abundant in your village.
right.
Because pretty much what
Like wet
Rack is
clay.
trying to get is pretty much just trying to get
Yeah.
calcium oxide.
Mm-hmm.
Best way for you to do that, you just start scraping bark from trees. Like specifically the trees that have like sap that has like hardened and turned white. And after you collect it, I mean, you return, but it's like the equivalent to like a modern day's cup worth of it.
Right, like Leshy's like rolls his eyes like, good enough. He starts, and what Leshy starts to do is that he goes to the kiln, the furnace, goes to heat it up. Heat up after mixing the two together. Alright, we need to let that heat up, and afterward I'm gonna have to like crush it, into like little bits, like a powder.
Oh, and then we mix a bit of sand and gravel in, and we can make it much stronger.
Yeah, and then all we gotta do is just add water, lay it down, boom. We got something amazing. We got something going on. I think I just had an idea.
Because if we're able to if the idea works, we would be able to be able to quickly put together a wall,
Mm-hmm. Maybe reinforce our
and we
current
could try
wall.
to block off their entrance with it.
Bingo.
You guys have created Greek, well, actually Roman concrete.
Roman
No, this ain't
concrete.
Roman concrete. That is made with volcano ash and seawater. This is not.
Actually,
This would be in Polish.
they've recently discovered that not all of it was built with seawater. Like the towns from the inlands, like very deep inlands and in the mountains, just had to use regular water. They'd actually, from at least from what I've read, I could be wrong. Like on the current studies, saying that they actually just used the ingredients you guys are using. They just cooked it differently.
It's a matter of perspective.
Yeah, matter of perspective.
Right.
Better
Like I said, I could be wrong entirely.
Better double check your facts.
Yep.
Don't want to get angry at the history nerds.
Exactly.
No, I know. That's
Even though
why I
we pretty
always.
much already have angered the history nerds.
Oh yeah, I know. But this game is all about pissing off. I mean, history nerds.
And having the Dr. Stone fans enjoy an alternative.
No, yeah, absolutely. This is literally like if you wanted to be your own Dr. Stone and get the Paleomythic game. Like honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see the inner machinations of Rack's mind.
Yep. Like,
Which are still partially an enigma, to even know Leshy.
yeah, Leshy's like, is this how you feel when you get an idea? Is how you feel?
Except 5 times more energized, and Rack wants to yell out something. Except Rack never does because he doesn't know what to yell out.
We should probably make something like that. Just what kind of feeling, what kind of sound comes to mind whenever you have an idea?
Eureka!
Brilliant. Brilliant. That's actually good. Eureka. That just sounds good.
1,000, well, technically millions of years later, I believe it was Autocrat. No, I'm now getting my fucking Greek figures myths mixed up.
The guy-
Hippocrates?
I don't know.
No, that's not him. God damn it! Now I gotta look it up later. Who was the guy
I just
that
looked it
shouted
up.
Eureka
I just
after running out of the bathtub?
yeah, I just looked it up and it's Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Yeah.
Yep, Archimedes suddenly shouts Eureka! Yeah, like alternate history has now affected a real history.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah, that was
Leshy
a hilarious moment where he literally forgot to dress a red nude in the streets out of his bath.
probably got arrested for public indecency. Back to the story.
Actually,
Oh yeah.
this was in that time where that wasn't as serious.
No, in Rome it was still a public issue to run around.
Run around naked. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Yep.
Leshy's like, yeah, Leshy's like walking and he's walking down like supervising the whole new project that he has working on.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Yep.
Leshy, you want to know something very special about that grindstone?
Yeah?
It grinds more efficiently. It makes it even fire, which means Rack can pack more boom powder into smaller space.
Yeah, this is actually the first time you guys have actually eaten like bread and not actually have to chew.
It's soft. We're so soft.
Though Rack is gonna probably get his own separate grindstone for grinding down
Gunpowder,
boom
yeah.
powder and ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah. Once it's done, like, Leshy tests it out. And it works.
Yep, it does surprisingly work.
And like Leshy sits back and is like, this
You realize
coal.
the only downside is it will take longer if it rains to dry.
Yeah. It's like Leshy's like, guys, I made it. It works. It works. Like, you know,
Yeah, you start.
that Leshy's like, Rush is like, Rack! Rack! Rack, get your butt over here! I need
Rack
to
is
show
right
you
behind
something.
you.
Ev-
It works.
Everyone in the village like hears this and they're like, "What's going on?"
I made a
And
thing! I made a thing!
is it a weapon?
No, it's even better than that. It's a new
They all
It's a new thing. It's a new building thing. It's a new thing.
new building thing. Oh my god! Oh my god! Remember.
Okay, basically, like you take like Rack. I got Rack to take some lime stuff, whatever. And I combined it with clay, heated up a ton, and then grinded it down to a fine powder, and then I mixed it with water. And check this out.
And a little bit of sand.
And a bit of sand to help reinforce it. And check this out. See this? He places his little orb of cement on a pole and secures it, and does the same with a piece of wood. Check this out. He throws his knife at he skillfully throws his knife at the wood, and it sticks in it, causing a bit of damage. He throws it at the cement, and the knife just bounces off.
They all look at it like, "What? Huh? What?"
We could also use it to stick stone. I believe he also said we could use it to stick stones together to make a bigger one.
Yeah.
One of the elders comes up and he's like, "So you have found the way, a secret method to make broken stone solid?
Technically,
A remarkable one.
it's basically using
And-
more stone to
Remarkable.
make more stone.
And you know
It
what this
takes tiny
means?
stones to make a bigger stone. It's a marvel, a miracle.
Oh, and Rack already has ideas.
It is true. It is true, as he says."
I can make more of this. We just need more of a lime.
Actually, before you
Lime stuff?
finish, the whole tribe starts bowing.
Unless you look surprised.
Well, that's when you see Tack coming out. He's like, "You see, I fucking told you guys."
Like,
These guys do the impossible.
Leshy raises his hands like, everyone, calm down. I'm not alone in my progress. Most of the inspiration, most of the ideas, the rubbing off of the power, so to speak, comes from Tak, as he brings Tak to his side. Rack. He brings Rack to his side like, this belongs to Rack. He's the best friend I could ever ask for. I'm glad I met him.
The gods of duality! The gods of duality!
This feels weird.
And that's...
Rack is just shrugging his shoulders, looking very confused.
I think they're worshipping us as gods, but...
Okay, stop worshipping Rack!
Yeah, stop worshipping us!
Only worship Rack when Rack is actually dead!
Yeah, I agree
and
with
only
him.
do so for and only do full for like 5, and only do so for like 5 winners.
Yeah.
And
Rack
that's
is
when
meant to
Tak...
inspire to progress.
Yeah, I
And that's
agree
when
with him on
Tak
that.
comes in and he's like, wait! He is right, brothers. He is but a god in mortal form.
I am also here.
We must honor him as much as we can. So hopefully that he will take us with him when he ascends.
Oh boy.
He's not wrong.
What has Rack done? Actually, Rack wants is to enlighten, to share ideas. Maybe someone may have a good idea, someone may have a bad idea, but someone may be able to help refine the bad idea into a good idea.
We're open. We're open to hear your thoughts, your ideas. We're not the only one who has them, and we know that well. So go ahead.
The gods wish to hear our prayers and thoughts.
And Rack also wants to make a giant protective wall around the village out of stone. One with a walkway we can go through and in and out, and have a big old doorway we can open and shut as needed.
Oh, that's genius. Anyone else?
A little I need a little downplay going on here because it is about to end game here soon.
Yeah.
The people start to pick you two up and put you two on the throne that the lizardmen left.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well.
Yeah, Leshy
What have we started, Leshy? What have we started?
I don't know.
And then they start using Leshy's concrete.
Yeah.
And they're starting to build a dome around you guys out of it, believing that this is the holy material.
No, not on us, not on us.
Stop, not on us, not on us, not on us. Not on us, not yet. Wait until we, wait. Don't try to kill us yet. Wait until we're dead first.
We didn't wish and intend to kill you. We were going to build you your hut.
Later. We already have living spaces. We are fine.
And we are prioritizing the protection of the village.
Yeah, protection of you guys. Leshy looks at his boots and like, hold on 1 second. I wanted to do this earlier, but I never had a chance. He takes a swig of spirit-seeing booze and he's like looks around, seeing if there's any.
Rack actually winds up grabbing a bit of that stuff and just takes a swig himself.
Leshy's holding.
Rack, you kind of are drunk. It's harder for you to see spirits because you're not trained in doing it. But Leshy, you see spirits like the 3 cardinal spirits.
Yeah.
And suddenly, they just stand next to you. Like the eagle stands at your shoulder, the fox at your side, and the snake at your hip.
So, Leshy, we still have to figure out how to liberate the other ones under the snake's control.
Yeah.
If we can do that, we may be able to bring peace to the land for at least for a while.
Leshy then looks towards 2 things: the hot spring, and the destroyed mountain. Does he see anything new?
Well, the only thing you do notice is that after a little while, you see smoke coming from the mountains once again.
Oh boy.
In fact, it is very similar smoke. You believe it could be Nit and his tribe finally returning.
Because spirit visions.
Yep, through spirit visions, one of the spirits looks at you and tells you. Actually, it is the snake itself, the spirit of the earth, that looks at you and says, I am sorry for my children's sins.
It is okay.
It's
I forgive them, for they do not know. They don't.
Does Rack? I want a question. Does Rack hear this?
you see kind of like a mirage kind of effect where it's kind of like in out, but you do see the outlines of these spirits, but you can't hear them talk, but you see them moving their lips towards
Leshy, yeah.
Leshy.
As long as the mistakes of the past aren't made again, and they learn from them,
Hmm.
all sentient creatures should be treated as equals.
Mm-hmm.
The eagle looks at the both of you and he says, "Wise one that kid is." But touched by the reptiles he was. How much of his mind is his, and how much of it is theirs?
It doesn't matter. As long as they can't take it away. I don't think they can.
Especially because a lot of it's, if they try to just get this like.
Leshy looks at Rack and is like, the eagle of the skies. He says you're wise. How does Rack respond?
Okay, I think I've had enough. It gives the bottle back to Leshy.
Leshy's like looks around like, all right, start working on this wall. Start making the wall, people. We got progress to make.
That's what the people do their little cheer and start working, and that's where we end game. With the people starting to build on the wall and, well, now developing more efficient on forging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and before that happens, Rack is going to be taking the rock the guy at the forge was using, taking a little bit of rope, or at least some moist vines to make it so it won't burn, and ties it onto an end of a stick so we can get more leverage out of it for giving
Right.
it back.
Yeah, when Leshy goes home that night, he
He made him a rock hammer.
nice. He makes a thing. He makes another card. He makes
You
makes 2 cards.
actually you make 3
3, yeah.
because while you were painting, you went into a little trance, and suddenly you drew a card of a woman. But there is something different about her.
Isn't it? It's a visage of Lily.
Well, it's kind of like a stick figure because you don't have like pencils, but
Right.
it's a woman.
Right.
But the only thing that's like different about her is that her belly looks bigger than the rest of her.
Through the visages of the spirits, Leshy looks at the one that's closest to him.
You see a spirit of a mouse.
Assuming you guided my
The
hand.
spirit of secrets.
He looks at
And
he
it,
looks at the mouse.
and he looks
Assuming you guided my hand on this one.
and it says, "I have a secret to tell you."
He
And
leans
I
in.
got to say, congratulations. And it starts running off.
Leshy leans back and is like,
I'm surprised it didn't say anything like, I'm also constantly whispering into Rack's head without him realizing.
Leshy like leans back and like shakes himself out of his trance and is like, oh boy, I have a lot of responsibility in the future. Praise be to the
And I think that's actually the good spot to end game.
Yeah, hopefully y'all guys love this.
Actually, one more thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Rack's gonna wait for night. And he's gonna enjoy a long ass soak in the hot spring, and then we're gonna end the game.
Leshy joins him, of
Oh
course.
yeah, no. Yeah, no, all the men are actually finally at the hot spring and they're like, finally.
Feels good.
Remind me to fucking reward Lily for this. How did she find this?
I have no idea, but Leshy's like, I think, like, from what I remember her telling me at one point, I remember her telling me, that after the great mountain spirit straight up was beheaded, this place showed up. So,
Well, small miracles and big disasters.
I guess you could say with, where one thing falls, another one rises.
Grass is always greener on the other side.
And
Yeah.
when Rack has a bright idea, it's usually followed by 3 dumb ones.
Hey, you didn't find a way to do it. You didn't find a way to just ruin everything. You didn't fail at making the thing you were trying to seek. You just found another way of doing it wrong, I guess.
Yes,
Eh,
Rack still needs to figure
my
out how to make.
motto. There's no such thing as wrong. It's just learning.
And Rack has a lot of learning to do.
We all do.
Mm-hmm.
Rack has remembered this one thing. He wants to see if it's possible to recreate it. Like
Well,
Rack dug this weird thing out of the sand.
what was it?
Rack don't know, but it was he dug it out from where lightning struck it.
I'll take a look at it tomorrow. Did
Because
any of you guys?
if we're able to recreate it, we might be able to use it to our advantage. Though there's one thing we still have to work out: a proper writing system.
Proper notation, yeah.
I feel like out of game here, I feel like that's Leshy's kind of whole
Leshy's
thing
like-
with his cards.
Leshy's like, actually, I did come up with a writing system.
Because one that everyone can agree on.
That's kind of the thing what me, Tack, and Talk did. We made a writing system that's easy to understand.
Yeah,
on a good
apparently when I first tried it, you made it seem like you were casting a curse on me.
Yeah, I apologize. I was just trying to play a game
Rack
with you.
still don't forgive me for that. Rack was terrified for Rack's life.
Don't worry, I'll teach you the game
As
later.
you actually see, Rack actually managed to get his hands on a little bit of pure mead.
Yeah,
Anyway, anyone else want a drink?
I'll take one.
That's it.
Careful.
Everyone takes their sip of. Takes their sip of mead, zones out, stares at the sky.
Oh.
That's when it pans up to the stars.
And then you hear as it pans up here, Leshy say, "So, do any of you guys have any ideas you want to share with us?"
Rack wants to make a device to study the sky
That'd be cool.
and track every little change that happens throughout the night.
All right.
Good luck with that. The night sky never changes.
Tag, you got
Then
any
explain
ideas?
to me why that one is there now.
Oh yeah, actually he's
That
right.
little-
Like
That little dot.
Yeah, I moved a little bit. Hey, Tag, you got any ideas?
I'm just soaking in the water. That's mine.
All right.
Hey Leshy, have you ever wondered if there's any spirits out there? Like each little flickering light is like a little individual spirit staring down at us.
That'd be
Either
interesting.
with pride or shame.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Seth just described Stardust lore right there.
No, he gave me a horrible idea. Don't worry. Don't worry, audience. You're not
never
gonna know
heard
it.
of
You're not gonna get
Stardust, sorry.
spoiling. Not gonna get spoilers
Yep.
for the idea
No
I have.
spoilers anymore. This is actually where I've been trying to. I've been trying to get game to end for a little while, but
It's okay. Okay. Goodbye, guys. Oh, I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully this ends up on YouTube. Hallelujah.
You
Goodbye.
better. I'll yell at you until you put it up.
Okay.
Good.
Goodbye.
Bye bye, everyone.